Traditional court litigation is public, rigid, and often adversarial. Alternative Dispute Resolution, or ADR, provides organizations a private, adaptable pathway to settle conflicts. All ADR processes are built on four core functional pillars. These four pillars are confidentiality, neutrality, party empowerment, and outcome flexibility. How a business weighs these four specific elements determines exactly which mechanism they should use to resolve a dispute. The first pillar is confidentiality. By keeping proceedings off the public record, organizations protect commercial trade secrets and can negotiate openly without risking reputational damage. This protection is a qualified shield. Courts can still require disclosure to comply with mandatory reporting laws or to prevent fraud. But inside the negotiation room, this privacy creates a psychologically safe environment. That directly enables the second pillar, party empowerment. Under this principle of self-determination, the disputing parties retain total control over the negotiation and the final settlement, rather than surrendering that power to a judge. To make this work, they rely on the third pillar, neutrality. In a process like mediation, a neutral third party facilitates the dialogue, but holds no authority to force a decision. Prioritizing these three elements helps preserve ongoing business relationships and leads to high rates of voluntary compliance. The trade-off is that the immediate outcome is inherently non-binding. When parties require guaranteed legal enforcement, the equation shifts to the fourth pillar, outcomes. This moves the dispute toward adjudicative processes, like arbitration. Here, the role of neutrality changes. The third party steps out of the facilitator role and becomes an independent adjudicator who evaluates evidence to render a decision. This spectrum maps how the outcomes differ. On the left, mediation prioritizes autonomy, resulting in a non-binding agreement that requires a separate contract to enforce. Moving to the right side of the spectrum, arbitration yields a legally binding award immediately upon conclusion. Selecting a binding process represents a direct trade-off. Organizations sacrifice procedural autonomy in exchange for guaranteed finality. Ultimately, the value of any ADR outcome depends on whether it can be enforced across international borders. For decades, arbitration was the primary option, with a reliable global enforcement mechanism, secured by the 1958 New York Convention. The 2018 Singapore Convention on Mediation introduced a similar harmonized framework for enforcing international mediated settlements directly in member states. With these dual international treaties actively supporting both binding and non-binding paths, organizations now possess a complete, globally enforceable toolkit to resolve commercial disputes outside the courtroom.